series here. If you'd like to know more about anything that we offer here at New York, I am here to assist you. Fantastic. So let's begin. Welcome to the New York Weekly Webinar Series. Who are we? We are New York. We are New York, Canada, and we are the trusted distributor of many world-leading pharmaceutical companies, and we represent their cutting-edge technology as well as their medical devices. We are here to assist you to help sustain and grow your business. And we represent over 20 renowned products and companies around the world. So let's meet some of our brands. We are so excited because as of the end of January, Aptos Threads and Aptos Methods have finally arrived to Canada. We do have our medical license up with Health Canada now. So if you or your doctors are interested in providing the most innovative suspension threads and methods to your patients, please let us know. These are revolutionizing Canada. They've been around for many years, and now we are proud to say that the Canadian market can now utilize Aptos. So get on board. We have training, hands-on training available throughout the country. We do it on a monthly basis in every province or in provinces with doctors that are interested. So please reach out if you want some more information, and we'll gladly help you out with Aptos. We also have our amazing high tissue PRP system from Fedia. And this is by far one of the most amazing PRP systems I've ever witnessed. Not only is it easy to use, you don't need to draw a lot of blood, and it is comfortable for the client and easy for that technician. But above all, it provides one of the highest concentration factors of plasma and platelets that is available to the Canadian market. Like our Aptos, it is a winner of the Aesthetic Medicines Award at the Aesthetic Medicine World Congress held every year in Monaco. We also are your one-stop shop here at New York. Collect all your medical invoices, whether it's for your PPPs or whether it's diagnostic or even your gauze, gloves, and alcohol. We provide price matching to ensure that you are getting the best value. So if you need some help with that, just reach out to one of our New York team and we will definitely help you out with that. And of course, we have Geska. If you're not familiar with the Geska German beauty technology, these are fantastic little devices that you can use in your clinic to enhance your treatments, but also you can sell them to your clientele. They are fantastic devices. They come with an amazing warranty of 15 years, and they even have an AI app to help diagnose your skin, set it in your routine with your skincare. They're absolutely fantastic. And our skincare lines, we have Dermaceutic Laboratory. This is a French line born from the brains and the love of those French dermatologists, and they are the #1 chemical peel company in France. For Canada, they provide us with some of the best and most concise, high quality ingredients to support all your medical aesthetic devices. Beautiful line to add in addition to any of your other lines like Mesoaesthetic, who we will be speaking about today. Mesoaesthetic is the leader of medical cosmetics around the world for a reason. They are global minded. They create the most extensive back bar or professional line to meet all your needs. And of course, retail products for your clients at home. Definitely made for that Canadian market with all the beautiful colors of skins that we have. And with everything that Mezzo does, it's based in science and backed in science. And I'm Pina Lee, your clinical educator here at New York. And I just love to share my knowledge about the skin, how to work with the skin, but above all that New York has to offer, not just the technical and hands-on, but also for your front staff and for your consultants. I can work with them to help them with verbiage to work with your clients as well. And here we go. Today we're going to speak about Cosmolan. And Cosmolan is a professional pigmentation control system, one of the world's best ways to treat hyperpigmentation. Now, we know that hyperpigmentation is that darkening, that excessive amount of melanin in the skin. It can appear brown, it can appear black, gray, red, even pink in patches. It can be on the face and on the body. And these pigmentation issues can really affect the quality of the lives of our clients and patients. And when it comes to melanin, of course, there's a process. And we are used to just treating the top of that skin. But with mesoaesthetic, we're going to treat the entire process, get down to the root of the issue that causes pigmentation. And what can you treat? You can treat any hyperpigmentation in that epidermis, including lentigos or sun damage caused by the UV rays of the sun. We can treat freckles that appear on the skin in that epidermis. And of course, we can treat post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, also known as PIH. So whether it's from acne, whether it's from dermatitis, or even from a treatment gone wrong or gone too deep, this will help with that pigmentation as well. And of course, this is melasma. Melasma is quite different than other types of hyperpigmentation. It is a chronic skin condition that we don't really get rid of, but we control. And that is exactly why Mesoaesthetic has created a product system like Cosmolan. It is the benchmark on the market for hyperpigmentation and especially melasma in that epidermis. And this is what the system looks like. It is something that goes beyond your typical pigmentation treatment. As I said earlier, most treatments are a corrective treatment. That means that they remove the surface pigmentation that's accumulated in that stratum corneum. Once we remove that, unfortunately, because melanogenesis and that process of creating melanin never stops, that pigmentation tends to return. And this is why Cosmolan is an amazing system with a dual approach for pigmentation. So yes, we will remove that existing hyperpigmentation from those superficial layers of the skin by means of exfoliating action. And that you're going to see that intensive correction at the surface with our first treatment in office, our Cosmolan 1. But because we know here at Mezzo and Nuvior that pigmentation is not just a one and done, that we need to get to the root of that problem. And Cosmolan does so. It eliminates that pigmentation in all the layers of the skin. So what does that mean? Yes, you will have immediately impressive and beautiful clearance with our Cosmolan 1 in-office treatment. However, as you continue that system through that home protocol, we will be lifting that pigment through all the layers of that epidermis. So it's going to lift it up. That's called autophagy. And autophagy is the process of removing or ridding that skin of that pigmentation from the deeper layers of the skin. Not only is it ridding the existing and superficial pigment particles, also going to go to work on that melanocyte. You see, a melanocyte is very much like a factory. It creates that melanin and then releases it through those finger-like ports called those dendrites. The melanosomes carry that pigmentation into those skin cells. However, what Cosmoland's going to do is going to inhibit that transfer, stopping the transfer of those particles of melanin through those melanosomes. It's also going to work at that factory level itself, not just the delivery system. But to produce melanin, our melanocytes require ions, in particular copper ions. So first thing we do is reduce that uptake of those copper ions. So if you reduce the amount of raw materials, you're not going to be able to produce that greater amount of melanin. Another thing we do is we also inhibit that tyrosinase, stopping the action of tyrosinase to reduce that melanin synthesis. And this is new. We are now working epigenetically with Cosmolan. That's right. We're now working on those gene expressions of the enzymes that activate melanogenesis. So what does that mean? Epigenetics is taking those instructions from our DNA and switching on the instructions that we want to happen, like reducing the amount of melanin produced, and switching off things like uptake or switching on that calming process. So epigenetics plays a big role in the new Cosmoland. And then, of course, here are the ingredients. You can see these are quite active. I will explain what the cosmazone and melaphenone are, but you can see we've got vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, we've got acids, and we've got beautiful roots and flowers from nature that all work together to lighten, brighten, but not only get rid of your pigmentation, it is fabulous for anti-aging as well. So one ingredient I do want to touch upon is our cosmazone. This is an exclusive ingredient only found in Cosmoland. And cosmazone is an encapsulated complex of beautiful flavonoids that are your epigen as well as your fluoretin. And if you know about flavonoids, they're incredible. However, they're very volatile. And to get them down into deep parts of the skin, into that living tissue, has been a challenge for companies around the world until now. Cosmolan allows you that flexibility of the liposome, as well as that stability to keep those active ingredients viable until they get down to that basal layer and dermal epidermal junction. These two amazing ingredients work with many actions in that skin. Firstly, it's going to increase that autophagy, bringing up that pigmentation from the deep layers of that epidermis. So don't be afraid when you see that client go from very light after their intensive in-office treatment, and then they'll notice that some of that pigmentation seems to be getting darker. That is the process of autophagy, bringing it all up to the front door, as I like to call it, and out of the skin. As well as doing that autophagy process, plasmazones will work epigenetically. And these are the specific enzymes that are being switched off by that epigenetic feature. So by reducing the activity of these enzymes, we are going to reduce the amount of melanin formed by that melanocyte. And most of all, we are always, no matter what we're doing to the skin, Our bottom line is to anti-age, whether it's pigmentation, whether it's texture, whether it's just the look and appearance and glow of the skin. Anti-aging is always part and parcel of treatments. So with this formulation and the Cosmazone, we are not only going to create new collagen and new elastin, but we are going to protect the existing collagen and elastin from MMPs that break down collagen. In particular, we're going to increase that protein TIMP1 that specifically protects the body from MMPs. So as you can see, you're going to get clear skin, you're going to have anti-aging, and there's also one more beautiful effect of it, which I will tell you in a moment. So here, as I said, Cosmolan and mesoaesthetic is all about the science. So there's always scientific data to back their claims and show you the beauty of their system. Cosmozones on their own can reduce the synthesis of melanin or the creation of melanin and reduce it by 47%. And the second ingredient I want to highlight today is melaphenol. Now, I really get excited when I talk about this ingredient because this is a molecule. It's not just a complex. It's just not a collection of ingredients that we've put together, but Mesoaesthetic created, designed, and owned this molecule. And this molecule does a beautiful job of acting biomimetically. It acts just like tyrosinase. So what it does is it locks into tyrosin and bonds with it. What that's going to do, it's going to reduce that activity of tyrosinase by 56% because it's locking in with tyrosin and therefore not allowing that tyrosinase to activate melanogenesis. So when you put Cosmazone with your melaphenone and all those other beautiful ingredients in Cosmolan, you can see some amazing results in our ex vivo documentation. Here in this first culture of skin, this is untreated skin, but they've stimulated it with that L-tyrosin to get melanogenesis started in that skin. And as you can see, within 8 days, those melanocytes are reaching up through that epidermis. They are quite active, and the deposit of pigmentation is very great, and it is accumulating at the surface. And then they took that culture, stimulated it with that L-tyrosin, and treated it with Cosmolan. And within 8 days, you can see the already amazing results that are occurring, not just at the surface of the skin, dispersing and ridding that stratum corneum of that excess melanin, but even throughout those different layers of that epidermis, it is lifting and breaking down that melanin. The autophagy process is increased, bringing it all up to the surface for the skin to rid it. And down at that basal layer, even the melanocyte action has been reduced. So this is why Cosmolan is a dual action treatment that works at the surface, but gets down to the base, to where that factory creates that melanin and works at the root of the problem. Consequently, you will see that in our in vitro results of our culture of that melanocyte, we tested the total melanin within that melanocyte that was stimulated by the tyrosinase as well as treated with Cosmolan, and we noted a 90% reduction of melanin within that melanocyte. And again, not only is it an amazing product to clear all sorts of hyperpigmentation, but I did mention it is an anti-aging product, but it also is an anti-glycation product. That's right. Those skins that are all, they've got wrinkles where there shouldn't be wrinkles. I always say it looks like you've taken the skin and crumpled it up and stomped on it and then put it back on someone's face. It's hard on the surface. It's got thick epidermis and thin dermis, and that is your glycation skin. All the fibroblasts are just coated with that thick advanced glycation end products, and it doesn't allow the production of collagen and elastin. So not only is Cosmolan amazing for pigmentation, but it is an absolute scandalous is the only word I can use for it, for giving you anti-aging as well as smooth, tighter, taunter skin. And this is what it does for you. And why Mesoaesthetic in 2023 reformulated Cosmolan. Because melasma is not only an excess of melanin, it has that histological characteristics that is typical of photo age skin. So that means there's a change in the structure of the skin. There is elastosis and the start of wrinkling. That dermal epidermal junction starts to change. And that's when melanin can go the wrong direction. So now where melanin's supposed to stay in the epidermis, when that dermal epidermal junction gets damaged and changes, it now allows melanin to proceed to the dermis. And that's when you need to start reaching for our Dermamelan, our medical option for deep dermal pigmentation. But as long as that pigmentation is in that epidermis, and that is the majority of patients, then Cosmolan not only is going to help with that, but it's going to help with that loss of elasticity. It's going to help with that elastosis. It's going to help with wrinkles, thickening of that dermis, and of course, ridding the skin of hyperpigmentation. And it also, as you saw on the last slide, is fabulous for oxidized stress. In school many years ago, we all learned that a little cell, any cell of the body, needs to be stable to do its job. When we have free radicals and oxidized stress, this does not allow our cells to be stable. It gets them stressed out and then they can't do their job. So Cosmolan ensures that we work on that oxidized stress. And here again is the proof with science. Here is a happy-go-lucky cell ready to do its job, stable and free of oxidized stress. When we add that oxidized stress to that cell, you can see it's just paralyzed. It can't do its job. It can't produce the collagen and elastin. When we add the melaphenone, as well as that oxidized stress, that melaphenone neutralizes that oxidized stress and allows that cell to do its job again. So what does that mean for you? If you have a skin that is full of oxidized stress, full of free radicals, it doesn't matter what you put into the skin. The skin cells won't be able to use it. However, when we calm that oxidized stress, those cells can be viable again and use those beautiful ingredients you're feeding into the skin. And here is a great image of showing you how that glycated skin, that advanced glycation end products coating those fibroblasts, it's like plaque on your teeth, causing it again to be paralyzed and not produce the fibers that we want. When we add that melaphenone to those glycated fibroblasts, they now can go back to work, producing collagen and elastin and making your skin look younger and firmer. And here are some of the results. This image is of someone who has completed their 6-month treatment. You can see the skin is brighter, the pigmentation is evened out, as well as the tone of her skin is a lot better. But even on all skin colors, it doesn't matter if they're a skin type 1 or a skin type 6. And check this out. This is just after 30 days. So the client has done her in-office treatment and is only 30 days in. And you can see immediately lifting of pigmentation, smoothing out of that skin, and even making the skin look brighter in 30 days. And here, 90 days in, even with our melasma and solar damage. And of course, this lady, she's still got 1 more month. She's at day 150, and you can already see amazing results. So it doesn't matter if it's hyperpigmentation due from the sun, or here it's PIH, you would have beautiful results, even on the darker, more temperamental skins, especially those 5s. So what is Cosmelan? It is an evolution of professional depigmentation method. It is a professional system that involves one in-office or in-clinic treatment, as well as a home treatment protocol to continue that depigmentation process. As I said earlier, it's a dual action technique, corrective at the surface, but regulating at that level of the melanocyte. It gives you anti-glycation as well as anti-aging effects. It is safe on all skin types, including your sensitive skin, and can be performed on every Fitzpatrick color from 1 to 6, safely and effectively. And of course, mesoaesthetic, because they're backed and made in science, they always give you your in vitro and clinical studies to support it. And with over 39 years of experience in the field, they are the world leading in hyperpigmentation treatment. So let's take a look at the world of Cosmelan. Of course, if you are going to do the Rolls Royce or Olympic treatment like Cosmelan, you do want to prepare that skin. So we recommend a minimum of 2 weeks of preparation, depending on the sensitivity of that skin and its experience with medical grade treatments as well as ingredients. Then you'll bring them in for their in-office treatment, and then they begin their home protocol. So there's not a lot of involvement for you, but definitely amazing results for your patients. So in office, we're going to use the Cosmelan 1. The client will go home wearing their mask and remove it at home. Within a few days, they will start their home protocol with those actives. And everything they need is in their box to do their actives. So for determining how long to leave that treatment on, it does depend on the severity of hyperpigmentation as well as the characteristics of that skin. If you are dealing with a skin that is more dry, doesn't have a lot of oils, is very thin or very sensitive like myself, that exposure time for that moderate pigmentation will be 6 hours. If their pigmentation is severe, it will increase to 8 hours, like all other skin colors and types. So for your normal, your oily and combination skins, whether they have moderate or severe pigmentation, they will wear it for 8 hours. And then after there's 6 or 8 hours, they will remove that mask simply with washing their skin. And then they will open up their home box. And in that home pack, they will use the Milan Recovery and that sunscreen, Milan Sunscreen 50 Plus, for the next 7 days or so. If they do need a little more support, we have the amazing anti-stress mask that can be their weekly or twice a week mask to calm and soothe that skin. Now, in that first 7 days following their Cosmolan 1 in-office treatment, we want that skin to recover and do that shedding process to eliminate that accumulated pigmentation from the surface. Once the skin is recovered, on average, it's about 7 days. For some, it might take a couple more days. The beauty of Cosmolan is it's not a cookie cutter treatment. These are products for you, the skin expert, to use and create a system for that client's skin's needs and conditions. Now, ideally, you'll want to use those actives of your Cosmolan 2 in the morning and in the evening for the next 6 months. However, if that client's skin can't tolerate it, if that client's skin can only use it once an evening or every second day and still achieve that process, that is absolutely fine. You can take them on a slow protocol, which is a softer protocol, not using as many acids during the day. So let's talk Cosmolan 2. Cosmolan 2 are based on the ingredients of Cosmolan 1. However, it's at a lower concentration and formulation. Cosmolan 1 is that intensive depigmenting peel that the client wears for hours. Cosmolan 2 is your daily actives that you will use like an active cream and rub into the skin and wear it daily. Ideally, twice a day, but if necessary, please adjust to the needs of that skin. And of course, in your home pack, you'll also receive your Melan recovery. Now, if you are a skin type 3, 4, 5, or 6, that tends to go red and then brown with BIH, Melan recovery will soon become one of your best friends. This not only is a restoring, calming balm for sensitive or red skin, but because it's called Melan recovery, it has to do with that melanocyte. It controls that PIH effect of the skin. So for example, if I tweeze or I apply a product that's very strong for me, I always follow it up with my Melan recovery to prevent PIH. And it's also available outside of the Cosmolan home pack. Now, our Melan sunscreen 50 plus is absolutely fantastic. This is not just a sunscreen. Yes, it provides absolutely amazing SPF for UVB and UVA. It also protects you from visible light of your computers and telephones, but from the heat of infrared. And not only is it amazing sunscreen, but it too has a dual action. This has a regulatory capability to protect you from PIH. So again, any skins can use this, whether a skin type 1 or skin type 6. It is a blend of biologic, chemical, as well as organic or inorganic mineral features to your sunscreen. But it also protects you from PIH. It has a gorgeous tint that will color match all skins. Now, for those skin type 6, you do want to leave it on the face a little longer for that cast to dissipate. Give it a shake. And I always say, if you're awake, you are using your sunscreen. Because even indoors, we are inundated by radiation around us. Now, you may notice in many ads from other parts of the world that they call it Melan 130. Here in Canada, it is the exact same product, but it's labeled as Melan Sunscreen 50 plus. So rest assured, you do have the authentic ingredients. Now, how do you get ready for Cosmolan? As I said, it isn't just a one type, one fit all treatment. This is a system to combat pigmentation, to help with glycation skin, and to anti-age that skin. And to prepare it, we really want to make sure that epidermis is in the right state and the quality of the skin is ready to take on these beautiful ingredients. The Meso Peel Melanostop Tranex is exactly formulated for pigmentation and to prep the skin for Cosmelan. It is a beautiful formula that gets that skin ready for the penetration of Cosmelan. It introduces the skins to some of the formulas that Mesoaesthetic uses. It calms the skin, but it also fortifies that skin. It reduces sensitivity and improves the tolerance. So you can do a beautiful treatment like Cosmelan. And how it does that is with these beautiful actives. Now, every meso peel from Meso Aesthetic has this exclusive formulation called sensopeptide. And what sensopeptide does is it helps cells live longer because cells are constantly dying in our skin. It's the way they grow. They grow, they die, they push up the old dead ones. So with all our meso peels, we have that sensopeptide that keeps those cells alive longer, but also improves the metabolism of the cells. Add in these beautiful ingredients like your glycolic and salicylic, you've got your hexoresorcinol, you've got your kojic and tranexamic acid, as well as caffeic acid. Beautiful way to get that skin ready. We recommend a minimum of one treatment 2 weeks before. If the skin is more sensitive, give them a couple or even 3 of the melanostops every 2 weeks till they're ready for their treatment in office with Cosmelan. And at home, if that skin is retin ready, it's ready for Cosmelan. And to do that, we introduce the Skin Retin 0.3. Now, a lot of people want to go for a 1%, and that's exactly what you're going to get with our Skin Retin 0.3. You can see here it has 0.3% of pure retinol to give you that renewing and stimulation of that collagen. But to give you that 1% effect, Mesoaesthetic has added 0.7% of bakuchiol. And bakuchiol is a plant-like retinol product that works like retinol without that irritation of retinol. Throw in the Centella acetica to calm and soothe. Now, just like any retinol, you do want to introduce it slowly to the skin. But once your client or patient can wear skin retin comfortably every night for a minimum of 2 weeks, that skin is ready for Cosmelan. Now, for someone like myself with grade 1 rosacea or very sensitized skin, if they can wear Skin Retin 0.3 for a minimum of 3 to 4 weeks every night without irritation and sensitivity, they too will be ready for Cosmelan. Now, when you are using the Cosmelan system, you need to understand that the skin's natural reaction to changing or renewing is consistent across the board. There will be redness and swelling and tenderness, itchiness and peeling. And these are all normal and temporary as your skin heals. So even with Cosmelan, it's going to change that skin. And the better they are prepped, the less reactions they'll get. And here is a typical journey of Cosmelan because every skin is unique, as will be their experience with Cosmelan. But you can see here after that initial peel in office, she's got quite red and inflamed. And then going through the process, the skin adapts and that pigmentation lightens and darkens and lightens until it clears. So here it is in a graph form. You'll bring that client in, you'll do that in-office treatment, and you'll notice it's that first 30 days with Cosmelan. That first month where that skin is getting adjusted to the sheer amount of active ingredients and that process of keeping that renewal and autophagy process high. Once the skin normalizes, it's easy peasy with less redness and itching, rest, tightness, and burning. Now, with every Cosmoland, we do include this beautiful sheet. It's two-sided, and it's like you holding your client's hand through their process. I did enlarge it so you can see it better. It goes through the entire process from in office as well as their home protocol, and it takes them day by day, and then week by week, and then month by month, what to expect and what they're going to experience through that Cosmoland system. And this sheet is included with every Cosmoland pack for you to give to your patient. It also gives you our recommendations for support products while they're on Cosmoland. Because even an athlete at the Olympics needs support. And to do so, we have compiled our accompanying home protocol supports. You can see here they come from the pinks for sensitivity and the blues for hydration, plus our cleanser from our aqua range for cleansing products. So first, our daily cleanser, and everyone says to me, Pina, does a daily cleanser really make a difference when you're on Cosmoland? Well, the answer is yes. Our Hydro Cream Fusion is designed to mimic the skin's natural lipid for hydration and comfort. Because as we are ripping those beautiful oils and renewing that skin with all those amazing acids and vitamins in the Cosmoland too, that skin can lose its natural lipid barrier. So using the Hydro Cream Fusion in the morning and in the PM or evening will definitely help to prevent that transepidermal water loss and keep the natural barrier of those lipids in that skin. How to use this cream? Our cream cleanser, you're going to use it on dry skin. You apply the cream, and once it hits the skin, it will transform into a gorgeous oil. You're going to then work it into the skin and rinse off. You will see and feel a noticeable difference in that hydration of the skin. And personally, I use this in the night, and I use my brightening foam with my acids during the day, and this for the night to keep my hydration locked in. As I mentioned in that first week of recovery, I really enjoy giving people a mask when they're doing a treatment or a home protocol. And the mask of choice and best friend of Cosmoland is your anti-stress mask. This gives you immediate deep relief and can be used as needed. Most people will use it every week or twice a week, but in that first week of recovery, they can use it more often. It's going to calm and soothe and just bring comfort to that skin immediately. For that daily maintenance, for that itching and burning and tightness, they have come out with what I call the 911 serum. This is skin balance. And honestly, for any skin that is compromised, any skin that needs reinforcement of their barrier, the skin balance is it. So whether you're acneic, whether you have done peels or laser, or you're on Cosmoland or Dermamoland, skin balance, 4 to 5 drops for your face and neck, and you will have daily comfort and resilience to that skin. For those who want to do a change but don't want to peel, and if their flaking is excessive, we do have that fast skin repair. I love this following peels because it does repair that barrier quickly. Now, from our blue or hydrating line, our moisturizing line, we've got everything you need to keep the hydration levels up. When you are working on hyperpigmentation, hydration is essential. So if that skin dries out and the water leaves it, you're going to have more issues. This here is our HA Densamatrix. It is such an amazing treatment. It's got three unique complexes. One being our HA Densamatrix complex that has four types of HA. You've got your high, low, and medium weight molecular structure to go into the different layers of the skin. We also have our reticulated hyaluronic acid. So not only is it healing, but it's hydrating, and you can use it on your moving eyelids as well as your lips. 4 drops for your full face, and it's absolutely amazing. Lightweight, not sticky or greasy. And then for winter months or for skins that want a little more weight to it, we've got our Hydra Vital Factor K. This is a 24-hour hydration effect, locking in that hydration, calming that skin, increasing that beautiful protection against trans epidermal water loss. So when you think about Cosmoland, you need to understand it's not a magic trick, but it does give results that seem like magic. It's going to give you long-term clarity, but you need to understand it's a tool. So once you finish that Cosmoland, you do want to ensure that you keep those beautiful results going by using some maintenance products. And we recommend, of course, continuing with the Milan sunscreen 50 plus, because it will continue to protect you as well as preventing PIH. And then, of course, the Milan Trend 3 concentrate and gel cream. The beauty of the Milan Trend 3 concentrate, it is so potent. So please, no more than 4 drops an application. I recommend using it just at night, no more than 4 drops. This has 1.8% tranexamic acid, as well as it's got some beautiful ingredients to help to control trisinase activity. It's got enzymes as well as acids and niacinamide. So 4 drops in the evening, followed by the Milan Trend 3 gel cream that can be worn over it. It has a slightly different amount of tranexamic as well. It doesn't contain enzymes, but acids. So this one you can use during the day as well as over your concentrate in the evening. So to conclude, why Cosmoland? Well, it's from the leaders of depigmentation. Mesoaesthetics been around since 1985 and Cosmoland since 1990. It does give you that unique dual action solution, working as a corrective on the surface, but regulating that melanocyte and that melanogenesis process. Plus, we've got proven results. Hundreds and thousands and millions of people around the world have used this successfully. With its anti-glycation action now, with that melaphenone is going to control glycation, allowing your cells to do their job, and now a powerful anti-aging effect as well. Trusted by professionals around the world. Follow the science, trust the process, and embrace the experience, and witness the transformation. The results are spectacular. I want to thank you all for joining us. And I do want to mention our promo, because every week, whatever topic we're speaking about with our weekly webinar series, will provide you with special savings for this week only. So you will receive 10% off of any of the supporting products that I have mentioned in our webinar today. That includes our cleanser, products from our hydrating line, as well as our sensitivity line, and even the Meso Peel. So for the Cosmoland, you do receive 5% off your full Cosmoland protocol. So please use these codes when doing your order. You can use both codes in one order form. And if you have any questions, please reach out. But I do want to let you know we are hiring here at New Year. We are growing leaps and bounds since our introduction of Aptos to Canada. So if you or anyone you know is looking for a change in their career, please reach out to us here at New York. You can send your resume directly to hr@newyear.com. Or if you have questions or concerns, please reach out to me directly. You can reach me by text, by WhatsApp, or by phone at my number here, and of course by email. And as I said, if you do have any questions, please ask in the chat box, and I would be happy to answer all your questions. Do we have any questions today? Was it all clear and simplified? For anyone that came in late, please give me a call or send me a text, and I'll be glad to get you up to speed with what you missed. And I do want to mention that next Monday, our topic is going to be something brand new. We are launching our Mezzo peels. We do have our Milano stock, but we've got 3 more coming to Canada, and that is our Jesner Pro, our Icon, and our Belemi Skin. So stay tuned next Monday for some great information on the Mezzo peels. And again, I'm Pina Lee. I am your clinical education lead here at New Year Canada, and happy to help you. So if there's no questions, I want to wish everyone a happy Monday and see you all next week. Have a great day and enjoy your Monday.